quitting now. We're talking while I'm planning my day. So I will be looking down, and I will be, looking at the screens. But I wanted to talk to y'all real quick, because y'all already know, man. I go live and I try to give y'all some insight. I try to start my mornings giving you guys a piece of what I'm thinking about and what I got going, right? So, number one, I just want to say this, man. Everybody out there that is thinking about quitting, you ain't the only one, right? Um, I will be transparent and say, this weekend was an interesting weekend mentally. Um, and the reason it was interesting is because, like, I feel we're all human and we all have these thoughts in our heads of quitting and giving up and throwing the towel in. And a lot of us, we want to quit because we feel like what we're going through ultimately isn't what we should be going through, right? And it's interesting. Push the lens. What's interesting, push and hold the lens switch in the up direction. The lens switch. Oh. The heck? Type of crap. But anyway, it's interesting because we all feel like we want to win and we should be winning. Which, in my opinion, everybody should not win, right? Everybody should not win. Everybody doesn't deserve to be a winner. Everybody doesn't deserve to come out on top. That's not going to happen. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that to apply effect, press the creative button. What are y'all talking about? What type of, what the, oh, sorry, y'all. Like I said, I'm getting ready for my day, so sorry if I get distracted. But a lot of us quit because we feel like we deserve to be in a place that we don't. And that's just simple, right? So me, I have these moments where I want to quit, where I want to give up, where I want to let go. And it's mainly because I feel like the work that I put in should result in something, right? And a lot of the times we don't get what the hell we want, and it's because we're not good enough. And I'll give you guys a really, really great example of behaviors and how you can put in a good behavior, but that good behavior may not resort in you actually getting shit, right? So, prime example, you got people daily that upload videos on YouTube, right? People upload these videos on YouTube. What's up? What's up? Thank you for the hearts. They upload videos on YouTube and get no views. Okay, you're looking at one of them. Now, I ain't gonna say I don't get no views, but I don't get the amount of views I feel like I should, right? But you keep uploading, you stay consistent, and then you get that one video that breaks, right? It took me probably 358 videos back in 2016 to 17 to get to the first 1 million video. And that video is deleted now. But it's just the point of it takes a lot of consistency to get to the results that we want, but we feel like it shouldn't because we think we see people get instant results and we think to ourselves, well, why not me? Right? And I plan my days out every single day, right? I plan my days out. I plan out exactly what I'm finna do, not because I'm better than anybody, not because I'm that busy, not because I have a secret sauce. I don't got no damn secret sauce. What it is I understand, like, I'm really dead ass not where I want to be. And if I'm not where I want to be, no matter how successful others may look or deem me to be, I'm going to make sure that I'm pushing myself harder. And I'm also going to make sure that I'm planning so that I know that the behaviors or the execution or the shit that I do in general is going to result to something, right? So I can pick up a camera and I can film every single day, but if I pick this camera up and this camera doesn't make me any money, it's not the camera's fault. It's mine. It's what I'm pointing the camera at, right? So if I'm pointing this camera at me and I'm recording and it ain't working, it's either I need to get another camera, change my approach, change what I'm talking about, or I just need to put the shit down and move to something else. And that's where the quitting aspect comes into play. What are you quitting? Are you quitting this camera, or are you quitting recording yourself in general? And I'm just using this as an example, right? Like, are you quitting the camera because the camera might not be good enough, or maybe what you're talking about might not be interesting enough, Maybe your approach may not be relatable, whatever. Are you quitting the camera, your approach, your dialogue, or are you quitting everything? And a lot of people, what they do once they don't see those results on eBay or Mercari, or once they don't get that phone flip, or once they don't get the views or the people or the support or the people to purchase their clothing brand, once they don't get that, they just say, you know what, forget it all, right? And that's why you're a failure. Not you guys, but I'm saying, like, that's why you turned up to be a failure. Because you're quitting something, not understanding that the shit you're quitting was never the issue. You were. You were the issue. And I found myself so many times quitting on shit when I was the issue. And I'll be damned if I let that shit happen again. Because while I'm not where I want to be just in general, I do also understand that, like, prime example, it's like you take 18 steps forward and then you right back at the beginning. That shit is so frustrating. And it happened to me this month. It happened to me last month. And what I'm talking about, it has nothing really to do with like online stuff. It has everything to do with like stores and inventory and stuff like that. Like, it's very frustrating when you feel like you got a distributor, y'all working together, you're buying products. I'll give y'all a great example. And this is a behind the scenes example that I don't really even need to tell you guys, but I'm going to tell you, right? So, boom, I'm making money. So I'm making money on Mercari. I'm testing out something that I'm making a video on, hopefully, soon. It's promotions, right? Promoting on Mercari doesn't work, basically. That's like the video I'm doing, right? So I'm promoting and I'm selling. So I'm selling these cables. It's these long cables, these 6-foot cables. So this guy orders 3 of them. I send him 3 of them, and then they're in this envelope. They're in an envelope like this. I send him the 3 the day he gets it. Now, if you don't know Mercari, on Mercari, once you ship a product, they have to rate it for you to get paid. So the product delivers. Mind you, I'm testing this out. I'm paying for customer acquisition. Like, I'm paying for me to get these customers. So once the product delivers, they have to rate you, and then you rate them. Person messages me, and this isn't the only person. It's so hard out here for people. He messages me and says, "Hey, you sent me an empty envelope." What? You sent me an empty? No, I didn't. Like, you're lying. Blatantly. First, he said I sent him type C cables. I mean, type A cables. And type A cables, I don't even own the type A cable. The type A cable is like a thing that you would plug into this. Like, it's like this. That's type A cable. I don't even got that. Right? So he's like, yeah, you sent me a type A. Yo, bro, it's popping. So I'm like, yo, I don't even have that in stock in my warehouse and any of my stores, anything, right? So he then goes to Mercari and makes a claim saying he didn't get anything and said nothing was in the package. Hello. So, boom. Now Mercari is doing a little investigation, which is cool, right? But that's not the only customer. It's been about maybe 18 customers. But you got to remember, I do high volume. But no matter what, all of these customers are lying and creating like false claims and stuff. And it's happening with a lot of selling apps. I don't know if you guys are selling on any of these apps, but a lot of selling apps, people are scamming. Like, it's just a ridiculous amount of people just being scammers. And that's very frustrating. That's very frustrating. Because it's nothing you can really do to prevent that, right? So, like, that can make you want to quit. That, like, I had to actually internalize and think to myself and sit back and relax and be like, yo, what if I was somebody that was depending on this one product to sell to pay my bills or to feed my family? And then this person, somewhere in the world where I can't touch nor see, lies and says they don't get the package. What happens? Like, it becomes a very tough, annoying situation. It just becomes something where it's like, right? You just start becoming aggravated. And you want to quit. But what I'm here to tell you guys is quitting isn't the answer. It's all about your approach. It's all about the way that you do it. It's all about the way that maybe I don't need to be on Macari, right? Maybe if Macari is on that fraudulent, scamming, ridiculous approach, I shouldn't sell on there. Maybe I should go to eBay or go to Amazon. Always find the solution. Do not ever settle and think that just because some shit get nasty that you got to get up out of there. You have the potential to find the solution. You have it. It's just all about understanding what the problem is. And 9 times out of 10, the problem is not the product. The problem isn't the customer. The problem, honestly, prime example with that example I just told you guys, the problem is that he's broke. The problem is that he must not be able to afford it and needs to get that refund so that he can buy Christmas gifts or whatever, right? Like, it gets really wicked when it becomes Christmas time and it becomes December and November. Like, October is cool. But then when it becomes the holiday, people just start losing their morals. They start doing weird stuff for videos and money. Like, I'm going to do a video today on this whole lazy money stuff on YouTube. If you type in lazy money, there's a bunch of videos talking about, hey, this is how you make lazy money. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, bro, y'all talking about lazy money by filling out surveys, watching YouTube videos. Like, bro, you're not going to make any money doing any of that. You ain't going to make no money doing stuff like that. But people are creating this content because they understand how hard people are hurting. And when you're hurting for money, you'll start to do anything. You start to consume anything that you feel will make you money, right? And not necessarily realizing that it ain't going to make you anything, okay? It ain't going to make you nothing. It's not going to make you no money. It ain't going to build your worth. It ain't going to help you become more stable financially. No, y'all need to lock in. Lock in. And when it gets hard and when it gets rough, and when you feel like you're losing it, and when you feel like your back is against the ropes, and you know what I mean, you dodging all the punches, you have to understand that that's going to happen. You're going to feel helpless. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel everything that you have never felt with your job. And that's just the truth. Everything that you felt with your job, I love this feature right here. Everything that you felt with your job, you're going to start to actually feel the opposite. A job keeps you safe. Every day when you walk in, you know, okay, I'm clocking in at this portal, or I clock in with that app on my phone, or I do this. You know what to expect. And like what I start to realize, especially doing content like this and coming live every weekday in the morning, I start to realize that a lot of people are sacrificing frustration, stress, aggravation, lack of income, all of that to work for somebody and just get what they give you. Now, then when you go and you say, okay, what they're giving me isn't enough, right? Like, what this job is providing me income wise, it's not enough money. Like, I can't do nothing with this. And then when you start to be like, well, I can't do nothing with this, but I sacrificed all of my time, and you know, now I'm 30 years old and I have nothing for myself. I just have a resume saying, hey, I helped this person build their business for this many years, and I did this, this, and this, and I helped this person build their business. I helped that person. I am just a helper, right? A lot of you guys are just elves. And you're a helper. That's it. You're just a helper. But then when you try to go out and be Santa for yourself, and you try to go in and get that money and go and present yourself like the business entity that you want to be, it starts to become harder, because Now you don't have no consistency. You don't have anything to knock off the fear of going broke or knowing that you're going to have a check coming in. You don't have that. And that can be very, very difficult for people. Like, you can really start to feel like you getting stuck when you're an entrepreneur and you waking up and you stressing about dumb shit. And then you looking at your kids and their kids expecting you to have this, or your kids are expecting you to be able to present this. And again, no matter what, you got to stand 10 toes because you got employees looking at you, or maybe you don't have employees. Maybe you have family looking at you waiting for you to fail. Like, when you thinking about quitting, you have to think about all of that, because the fact that you want to quit, it just shows that you have a lack of understanding on how to be independent, right? Because I got people that flip phones and they've never made a dime for themselves, but they still trying. Now, some may call them insane, stupid, dumb. Okay, I see where you're going with that. But they still got another income that they are, providing for themselves. Maybe it's a job or another business, but they're trying to get this phone flipping thing down pat. Now, what does that mean, right? It means this. They're trying so hard to get the phone flipping thing down pat, and they're failing and failing and failing. But how many shots do they have to take or put up in order for them to see one go through? We don't know, right? Because it may be one for me, it may be 50 for you, but no matter what, if they keep trying, they're going to see some type of result. And then when they see that result, then it's all up to them whether they're going to say, okay, I'm going to repeat what I just did to get that result. See, a lot of people, they expect that, hey, if I try my hardest and if I keep trying, I should succeed. And that's not how it works. It's not how it works. No matter how much you try, no matter how much money you spend on them ads, no matter how many gurus you watch, no matter how many courses you take, no matter how many eBays or Macaris or products you buy from AliExpress, none of that matters. It doesn't matter. None of that will work. The only time it's going to work is when the timing is right for you, when you find the right way to make it work for yourself. But see, it's this new little trend where everybody wants to get money fast and easy. It's beautiful, though, because it shows you how many people are so content with being less than what they're meant to be. Because I'll be damned if I watch some, hey, how to make lazy money in 2025. Like, I don't want to make no fucking lazy money. Is there even a such thing? What the hell is lazy money? What is lazy money? Right? How the hell are you trying to figure out? You the type of person that go to Google and type in how to make money at home without having to do anything. Like, so do you honestly think that you're going to make money not having to do anything? Now, if you set yourself up and you do some things in the beginning, then yeah, ultimately you won't have to do much. But like, it's people that haven't done anything in life that are looking to make money still not doing anything. But if you are broke, right? Let's just hypothetically say we are broke together, right? So if we're broke doing nothing, obviously we need to do the opposite of doing nothing and do something. Obviously, right? To change our circumstances. And that's sort of kind of how it is when you feel like you got to quit. If you feel like you got to quit and something isn't working for you as far as your extra income or as far as your business, if you feel like, oh, yeah, I got to quit because it's not working, maybe you need to pivot and figure out how to position it in a different way instead of just quitting. Because a lot of people, they quit on things that could work, but somebody else is going to have that patience to make it work because you didn't. You chose not to. You chose to be a lazy bum and quit and jump ship because it wasn't working on your time. Or because you feel like you put in the work for it to work and it didn't. But I mean, honestly, if you put in that work and you're like, well, I put in so much work and it just isn't working for me, you ain't put in enough, because if you did, it would be working. Just how they say numbers don't lie, execution don't either. And if you execute, you're going to get with everything that you're looking for. If you execute, it's going to pan out good for you. But if you don't execute, you're going to fail. That's it. You're going to fail. There's not anything in this world that's going to stop you from failing when you don't execute correctly. The best kept AirPod Gen 2 secret review. Anything. The best kept. So that's important, right? Now, you know, all of my live videos, I put these messages out there not to like clickbait you or to make you feel like I'm trying to resonate with anybody. These titles come from what I feel. And I'll give you guys, before I get off, a general feeling on me personally. Like, everything hasn't been going my way or my business. And while I could quit, you know what I mean, I don't. And I think what makes me not quit is knowing that if I consistently keep putting forward the effort, preparation, and doing the execution, something's going to stick and something's going to work, right? Something's going to come to me. But I change my approach every single week. I monitor my results every single day. I monitor what I'm doing. I inspect what I expect. Because while I say don't quit, I also don't want you to be dumb. I also don't want you to be insane and do the same thing over and over expecting a different result, because that doesn't work. You know what I mean? That doesn't work. That's a bit different. Like, you can't do the same thing and think that stuff's just going to fall in place. That's not how it works. Stuff will never fall in place for us because we are in a ultra competitive generation, right? Like, everybody is trying to make money. Everybody is trying to do something. Everybody's trying to be somebody, right? So who are you to think that you're going to jump the line because you think you are talented or you think you have something that somebody else is missing? 9 times out of 10, we all the same, man. We are all the same, and we all have that potential, but a lot of people ain't going to show that. A lot of us ain't going to show our potential. We ain't really finna show that we can actually make things work for us. We ain't going to show that we actually going to build. We ain't showing that. We showing that we can work for people. We can cheat ourselves and think that we are better than others because we got a clothing brand, or hey, I'm just going to copy the next person. Everybody out there that is copying people, scamming people. Let me tell y'all something. I buy phones. I know a lot of scammers. A lot of scammers, man. Tell you something. I know a lot of scammers, and I'll tell you something. Scammers don't ever win. Scammers don't ever win, bro. Like, I've been places with scammers and they got the chains on. They look real cool. They got the Hellcats. I've been with all of them scammers, and I tell you something. They are living, 1, in fear, and 2, they always end back at their mama house. Always. I done met scammers that have moved to Miami, lived in a penthouse, got some badass girls, all of that, right? And they always end up back where they started. Every single time. Every single time. Because scamming is an illusion. It's so easy to scam. It's easy, especially when we talk about phones. When we talk about phones, it used to be easier. You know what I mean? Bandman Kevo, he's somebody that monetized it, which messed it up for a lot of people. But like, scamming is still relevant. It's always going to be relevant. It's never going to be out of style. People are still going to be doing it. But like, scamming, honestly, if I'm being real with y'all, it is something that creates an illusion for people to think that they're making some money. You know what I mean? You think you're making money and you think that you're good and you're living your life, and then boom, the feds come in and get you. Or if you're doing something on a small level, the cops come and get you. They keep your ID at that store that you're walking into, getting them phones. You get fired from your job and they sue you because you're stealing phones out the back. Like, I'm telling you right now, scamming and trying to make easy money ain't it. That's why a lot of people, they'll see scammers and they'll be doing good. The smart scammers, they understand how to get in and get out. Dumb scammers, they get infatuated with the fact that they're making easy and fast money. But making easy and fast money can become very, very it can become very addicting. But when you get so addicted, you start to understand that you're in need, and you just keep going, and then it comes from phone fraud to then bank fraud, and you keep going until you're just done. You're done. And that's why I preach to people, just make your money good, man. I done tried to offer so many scammers jobs and to get them out of it, because I know a lot of scammers that used to be my friends, and I had to like separate, because I'm like, yo, I don't know why you gotta keep doing it, bro. Like, just chill out. But they don't want to, and you can't make them, right? So again, stop trying to quit because you just looking for some easy shit. You feel me? It's always gonna get hard. It's always gonna be problems, and 9 times out of 10 you can get through it, but you gotta lock in, and you gotta understand that that business ain't working because you not doing it good enough. That's why it's not working. It's not working because of the market, or because of the people, or because of the customers. It's not working because of you, because you're not doing it good enough. And if you want to do whatever plan or business you got going, you'll figure that shit out. My son, he'll say, or my daughter, they'll say, hey, Dad, I can't find a remote. Well, you want to watch TV, you'll find it, right? You'll figure it out. Hey, I don't know where the towel is. Well, if you want to get in the shower, you better figure that out because you just had it. Oh, I want to make 6 figures in a year. Well, if you want to do that, then you should be figuring it out. You shouldn't be expecting people to just give you answers and methods, right? It has to be some way, some type, some place that you figure out how to actually make stuff work for you, and how to grow, how to build, right? It has to be a way. It has to be some type of factors that keep you going and keep you pushing no matter what happens. And that's what I got. Like, I'm going to keep going, keep pushing no matter what. Like, ain't nothing finna stop me. I believe in myself, and you should believe in yourself too, because you got to believe in the work that you actually put in. Because y'all put in some work to get to where y'all at. Even if you work for somebody, and let's say you work for a 9 to 5, there ain't nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. There's definitely something wrong with settling, working a 9 to 5, and not worrying about anything in your life that you can control. A lot of people, they work a 9 to 5, they're happy working a 9 to 5, and they don't realize you're going to get tired, you're going to get fired, you're going to get too slow, you're going to get too old at some point in time, and they're going to say it's time for you to skedaddle. And when you have to skedaddle, then they're going to replace you with a younger version, and then they're going to continue to make their money, and you ain't going to have nothing to sit on. Nothing, because you ain't sit there and take the time out to actually put your stuff in order, or put $50 from your paycheck into something else. And then you come out of nothing, or let's say you get hurt. It's ridiculous the amount of quitters we have in this world that want to be entrepreneurs. It's ridiculous, because they really don't really want to be entrepreneurs. People want to be entrepreneurs because they think that it's cool. It ain't shit cool about being an entrepreneur in my eyes. Ain't shit cool about it. And I know a lot of people, they just want to be business owners because they think that it's cool, or they think it's easy. You know how many people that got around me, and all of a sudden they like, oh, I want to create a business. I ain't never hear from you wanting to create a business a day in your life. But now all of a sudden you've been around me for a while, and now you want to create a business. It's because you see what I do, and you think that what I do is easy. So you think that you can replicate or duplicate it, and you can't, because it's not about what you see. It's about what's in me. It's about the times that you sleep and I'm up. It's about the times where I'm busting my ass working and you sitting there playing a game. Thank you for the hearts. It's about all of that. You know what I mean? It's about those times. Those times aren't easy. Like, it's not easy for you to keep going when you don't see no results. Bella, thank you. Thank you. It's just not easy. You have to keep going. So if you ever are thinking about quitting, just remember what I'm talking about, because that's what will keep you successful, and that's what will keep you moving. Because again, it's hard to get out the bed as an entrepreneur when you ain't making no money and you busting your ass to make it, or you're busting your ass to try and make it. It's hard, and I can really resonate with people that probably got like clothing lines or things that actually they create, and they think it's a masterpiece. They think that it's something that's really, really nice. They think that this is an awesome product, right? Like you printing out these tie-dye shirts, or you're making lip gloss and body scrubs, and you think that that's really, really just high quality or whatever, right? You think that this product is awesome, and then when you put that website up, nobody click on it, or people click on it but they don't purchase. You know how defeating that is as an entrepreneur, to like put your heart into something and then see that nobody cares or wants it. It's hard. But I will say this, that's business. Right? That's business. Like, ain't nobody going to just support you because you have something. I appreciate it, Bella. Thank you so much. Let me follow you. I appreciate all that love, man. I really do. I really do. But yeah, ain't nobody going to support you the way you want in the beginning. But then when you start to actually show the care, when you start to show that you're consistent, that's what I see results coming from. You know what I mean? I see a lot of results coming from that. Like when you show people that you're consistent and that you respect yourself. Because me personally, I could tell a fake entrepreneur. I can, because they don't respect themselves. Because they only want to do it because they think that they can. You know how easy it is to say I own a business? It's easy. They don't even have a Brad and Dunn Street number. Like, but it's easy to just say I own a business. But like, if you own a business, great. But who enjoys your business? What problems had you had to face that you had to get through and get over? What hurt you? How many times could you not provide because you were working on your business and you had to put all your money towards your business? How many times have you almost went broke? Right? How many times have you suffered? How many times? Because there is a lot of pain behind the business. There's not a lot of smiles in private for me, I'd say, right? I can't speak on too many. I do know a few successful people that have businesses, and I do get the privilege to see them, privately. And I will say a lot of people that I see privately, they're not enjoying life. A lot of business owners that I see privately do not enjoy or get to enjoy. No, you're all right, Bella. They don't get to enjoy everything they work for. Ayo, peace from New York, dump truck type ish, manifest your destiny. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Ada. I appreciate you. It's hard, and that's okay. But like, that's why I try to like empathize with people, because what I've realized on YouTube, a lot of people are acting like they're doing something and they ain't doing shit. Like, they ain't doing not one damn thing. Like, they be capping. Like, a lot of people. And Ada, I appreciate you. I really do. They not. And it's not about like what you can show. Because, hey, listen, we can all flex and say, hey, I got this, I got that. Great. But it's a lot of people that I talk to on a daily basis. They're like, yeah, I brought this person's course and we argued. Or I brought the person's course and I didn't get this, that, and the third. And the first thing I think about, and I tell them, I'm like, yo, you gotta blame yourself. Because you the one that tried to take that bullshit ass how can I even put it? You try to take a shortcut and it ain't work. Because let's be real, taking a course is great, but if it doesn't have a connection, you ain't helping yourself. Like, can't nobody teach me nothing that I can find on the internet. Like, I'm not about to go ahead and just try to indulge in some content and think that you're going to teach me how to do the same thing that you're doing, because I'm not you, right? Like, advice is teaching somebody how to be you. Information is showing them how to create a foundation so they can grow themselves. And that's where, again, you got to crack the code. A lot of us, we closer than what we think. A lot of us, we close to being able to build our own businesses and be able to be financially free, but we just missing that one thing. And that one thing that we missing is just us understanding that we cannot duplicate, replicate, emulate anything that anybody else is doing. Like, we can't. And I used to try to do that so much. Like, on YouTube, I used to try and act like this person and do that and do this and copy these pranks. And then I started to realize all of that stuff is great, but it ain't me. And it's not resonating with people because I ain't being me. So then I went and I opened my phone store. So I opened my phone store. And when I opened my phone store, I'm trying to be like the store down the street. I'm trying to make sure my store looks like theirs. Not, physically same color and all that, but like, just I'm trying to make sure my presentation is like theirs. But then it's like you start to try and keep up with the Joneses, and then it's making you lose bread because they're somewhere financially that you ain't. Like, all of that stuff I had to learn, because then I can be a bit different than that store down the street and bring better results to a different customer that may not be attracted to them. Thank you for the 1,000 likes. Thank you. Thank you. So it's like, again, being able to build and grow, it takes a lot of analyzation of yourself. So before you quit, you better realize that the shit is not easy. And you're going to have times when things don't work and you got to look at yourself and say, yo, it's me, not the business. But then it may be the business and you got to approach it a different way. Just a different way. All right, guys. So I'm about to actually get on YouTube Live at Hustler Taught Me on YouTube. And I'm about to start doing these phone offers. So I'm scheduled to actually do that at 11. So I'm about to hop off. But thank you, Bella. Thank you so much. Thank you, 8. Thank you, everybody that has tuned into the live. I appreciate YouTube and also TikTok. And I will see you guys later. Make sure you guys continue to just believe in yourself. Don't give up. All right? Don't give up and believe in yourself.